All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, or called Kadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh. And his only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, Salakia. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashon Holy Tongue. And I say Barak Thumb to the elders and apostles, or Akim, or Akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson, as we've been seeing, for last week, the end of last week and all the way into this week. We've been seeing the market's been up and down ever since the war started, that campaign war from the United States and the Israel Defense Force of Iran. Ever since that took place, 4 or 5 days ago, the gas prices have been going up a little bit. And then the market's kind of been reacting to that, up and down as of late. So I just want to add a side note to that. And this is a news article from CNBC.com, updated Thursday, March the 5th, 2026 at 11:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it reads, Dow Jones fall 800 points as oil prices resume their march higher. Live updates. It says stocks fell on Thursday as trades caught their breath after a strong performance in the previous session and kept an eye on oil rising prices. It says the Dow Jones Industrial Average declined 800.1 points. It says oil 1.6 weight down. It says the losses in the stock search as in Caterpillar and in Goldman Sachs. It says the S&P 500 fell 0.9% and the NASDAQ composite dipped 0.6%. It says the U.S. crude oil prices to their highest level since June of 2025. After Iran said it hit a oil tanker with a missile, U.S. West Texas intermediate crude futures popped 6% to trade up to $79 per barrel. The international benchmark Brent crude futures traded 3% higher at more than $84 per barrel. The two had stabilized the prior trading day. Stock rose Wednesday sessions buoyed by gains in technology and semiconductor gains. The Dow snapped a 3-day losing streak with the S&P 500 and NASDAQ composites, ended with the day with solid gains. Things are changing around the edge. We have a geopolitical shock, obviously, and we are still paraphrasing that the terms of how it could impact the risk of premium equities, says Bank of America security head of U.S. equity and quantitative said strategy mania of the CNBC closing bill overtime. But beyond that, I think we are seeing is the tide slowly going for some of the beneficiaries of the very low interest rates environment. She added, fears of disruption to regional oil and gas supplies subsidized after Donald Trump says on the Tuesday that the U.S. is prepared for providing a risk insurance and the ships in the Persian Gulf in the efforts to ensure traffic can move through the Strait of Hormuz. To be sure, the White House would not provide the timeline for when the Strait, while the responsibility for roughly 20% of the world's oil supply will be safe for oil tankers. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said in a briefing, while reporters that the U.S. is winning decisively, it is conflict with Iran that more forces are arriving to the region separately. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking got the raisins in?
Mm-hmm.
You
said cupcakes with the raisins in it?
Yeah. Oh, you talking about muffin? Muffin, yeah. Give me something like that.
Oh, that Save-A-Lot?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm when I finished.
Okay, go on. You ain't got to go there.
Oh. No, video recording.
I think I dropped it because it was so heavy. $2.
Now who is this? Joe Bird?
Bring out that Jeremiah.
We'll have a lot to say about that after we see what Jay has to say about this. Here we go from Sneaky Humble. Oh, he's brought in an assistant. He's got Allen in there for.
It's the book of Jeremiah 51, verse 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon. Matter of fact, we read verse 7. You have Jeremiah 51, verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk from wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right, so the nations enjoy the ways of our Babylon. It says Babylon is suddenly fall and destroyed, right, mentally and spiritually and financially, even though they're trying to say they're winning and trying to bounce back. But it seems like that's not be the case because you got the oil prices going up. Unemployment is increasing, despite the fact they say reports is that it's declining. Huh? Only got that change only got that 58 cents. Not 58 cents. It's on the card, bro. Yeah. Only change I got is like that, I think it's like 10 cent, 10, 15 cent. Yeah. Yeah.
So like that fall off rate.
Oh, yeah. This is Jeremiah 51, verse 8. Babylon suddenly fall and destroy her house for her, take more for her pain, and so that she may be healed. Now, it might seem like modern day Babylon is increasing, economical wise, political and economical wise, with the gas prices going up, with the economy somewhat increasing, but we're still going to see the opposite of that, Babylon suddenly fall and destroy her house for her day, born for her pain, because this is our modern spiritual tower of Babylon. This is our modern day of Babylon the Great. Babylon suddenly fall and destroy her house for her take, born for her pain, and so that she may be healed. So there's no healing for Babylon. And many times they feel like they're going to bounce back, but it's not going to be no 100% full healing of it. Physically, mentally, spiritually, economically, politically, nationwide. That's what we're seeing. Some agree to the policies of this current administration, and others divide against it. So we're seeing all those categories that I just mentioned. That's only going to continue to increase. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, right? So the Heavenly Father will heal Babylon, but she's not healed. Forsaking her, let us go everyone to his own country, for her judgments reach the heavens and bless the stars. So with that, hopefully this sit down, that was edifying of this recent news article. From the CNBC.com as of March the 5th, 2026, at 11:42 a.m. Now the markets might gain a little bit as the hours goes on, because things have changed drastically. Because the markets be up and down, even though they had a good solid bounce back of gain from yesterday. But as right now we speed, I think the market's down probably about 600 or 700. Because last time I checked, I would say about 5 or 10 minutes ago. So throughout the day, it's gonna be up and down. But as of right now, we definitely been seeing it been down so far to about like 800 points, 801 points, and then it went down to like 700 something. So with that, hopefully this sit down was edifying as the oil prices are starting to go up with this war that's going on over there in the Gulf region and over there in the Middle East between the Israel Defense Force and Iran, and Iran versus the United States armies as well too, as we enter the 5th or 6th day, as oil prices continue to go up over here in America. As it says, again, the Dow Jones fall 800 points as oil prices resume their March higher live updates. So with that, hopefully this was edifying. I mentioned again. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Hashem Makaradash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son by Hashem in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, the Holy Tongue, and I say Barak Thumb to the elders and apostles where I came Akwa. Until next time, I would say Shalom.